Morning, everyone. Welcome. Today is Friday, January 16th, 2026. Almost did it again. Oh my goodness sakes. So how are you all doing today? Doing pretty good. It's freezing here. Actually, they closed some of the roads down going south because of the wind. Temperature dropped, wind picked up, and of course everything was slushy yesterday. It goes almost on the plus side. So it's a mess. It's a mess. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. So welcome. My name is Sharon Davies. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Thank you so much for joining me today. This week we were working with the lovely Blossom Sweet Collection. And we're going to continue on with the final card. And what I'm going to do, we'll just see. I have a surprise for you, so just stay tuned, and we'll let you know what it is. So those of those of you that watched before, welcome back. Greatly appreciate you being here. Those of you that are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So glad you found me. So let's get started. So I'm going to flip us around because this card might take a little bit longer than normal because I'm going to say it's like a fancy fold. So let's just remind everybody about the suite. So the suite does include designer series paper, which is this paper right here. It is called Lovely Bloom Blossoms, and it's a gorgeous paper. I just love, this is definitely my my color palette. It's nice and soft and gorgeous. Yes. So that's the designer series paper. Here is, I found them. Oh, sorry. I'll explain that later. So this is the actual collection. So it comes with a stamp set, comes with the dies. You get some gorgeous, beautiful embellishments, a gorgeous embossing folder that I am going to use today. And then we have some ribbon, and we're going to use some more of that ribbon today. We did use it yesterday, but we will use it again today. And I just cut this out. I think this is so pretty. I still have to use, haven't done the crumb cake to that yet, but I just love that color combination. Okay, so now let's just put these guys to the side. I'm going to put it on the back behind me here. And these are the cards that we made this week. So we made that on Monday. We did that on Tuesday. We did that yesterday. And today we're going to do another card for you. And I kind of like this one. It's just a little bit different than the normal. So I'm just going to just put those to the side. So these arrived yesterday, and they're called nail rivets or whatever. So apparently you put them on your nail, and then you can put designs on them. But I'm going to try them on one of the cards I'm going to be making and see how it works. Okay, so let's bring in what we're using today. So I have my card base. I have a piece of designer series paper that I'm going to adhere right to it directly onto the card base, and it's the exact same size as the card base. So it's supposed to be a home show this weekend, but I don't know if I'm going to go out. Rick and I went out for dinner last night. A friend recommended a place, and we went, and it was pretty good actually. I was quite impressed with it. First time ever. Now this is the first for my husband anyway. He normally has a beer when we go out, but he says, "Oh, let's order a bottle of wine." And I just, "Excuse me?" And he says, "Yeah." And then, so he asked the waiter too. The waiter, his name was Jeremy. He was so good. Very attentive. And Rick says to him, he says, if we don't drink the wine, can we take it home? And he says, "Oh, yes, by all means you can. We'll just put the lid back on," or whatever they do. So, but we didn't bring the wine home with us because we drank it all. Or Sharon drank it all. It doesn't, yeah, either way. So now we're going to take a piece of cardstock, and we are going to run it through the Lovely Stripes embossing folder. Now you want to do this first, because if you do it, I'll just explain it to you when we do the next part. So I'm getting all my cards done for my upcoming classes. I have my Cute as a Bug card class coming in March. Next month is going to be the right there. Next month is going to be the Easter Joy card class. I'm working on those right now. Both card classes, you receive the stamp set, and I'll get the advertising done for that hopefully this weekend. So both of the classes will get half a package of the designer series paper, some ribbons, some embellishments, the actual stamp set too, because you might want to go home and recreate some of the cards. So what I'm going to do now is I put the oval sentiment piece, I guess oblong, not oval, onto the designer series paper. Now we're going to run it through. Now it may flatten some of the embossed pieces, but that's okay. You want to do this first. You hear that crack because it went in head on instead of going in on an angle. So there we go. I'll just take this off. Yeah, so it's really cold out. And I don't. So I'm staying home. Let's put it that way. Actually, somebody was supposed to come over today to do some cards with me, and I messenger. I says, with the road conditions, let's postpone it till another date. So now what you're going to do is you're going to add dimensionals to the back side of the card, and you just want to do it in the four corners. Okay, you'll see why in a second. And then this piece goes right onto your card base, just like that. And we will put this right about there and just put that down. So now we'll put this to the side. And now what we'll do is we have a piece of designer series paper. And what we're going to do is we're just going to fold it in half. I think I'm just going to score this. How long is that? Oh, I gotta cut a bit off. This is just a wee bit too long. Yeah. So just bear with me. I'm just gonna grab my trimmer. And I'm just gonna cut it down. Flip it over, and then I'm gonna score it at halfway mark, which is 3 inches. And there we have. And then we're going to bring in this piece here. Is going to sit inside like that. But before we do that, we're going to bring in this piece here. I have my scrap piece of paper. I have my blending brush. And I don't have my secret C. Oh, maybe we'll just use the cloud cover today. So you guys have any big plans for the weekend? Yeah, we're going to try and go to the home show. We'll see. We bought tickets, but if we don't go, we don't go. So no big deal. I'm just going to just do this one right here. And then we'll do a couple up here. Use these guys. There we go. And then I'm going to just, oops, did it on my, and then just to soften it up. And I'm going to take my stamp that says just a note, and I'm going to do that in Secret Sea. Hello, Gaetan. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a wonderful day, my friend. You sure do deserve it. There we go. Oh, I don't like that. Nope. Let's just flip it over to the other side and we'll just redo this. There we go. And we'll bring in this piece again. And just very lightly have that there, and then there's the two. We'll do this one up here. There we go, and then I'll just very lightly bring in there we go. Then you can write your sentiment on there. Well, my good use of this guy. Holy smokers, I don't think I've almost used it on every card. Okay, so this piece is going to go into here, just like that. And I just messed up. Oh my goodness sakes. I'm just going to just grab a wipe. Let's do a paper towel first. Oh my lord, maybe I should be sleeping instead of crafting. Oh no, I'm going to have to cut another piece. That is not going to work. So I'm just going to bring in my trimmer. Oh my. Start paying a little bit closer attention to what I'm doing, I'm thinking. So I need a piece that is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. Keep the scraps because they're always good for doing sentiment. There. Now let's try this again. This is what, third try. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so let's bring in, whoops, the sentiment, or one of the sentiments. We're going to use 2. And I'm just going to do just a note on the bottom. Sorry if you see my head there. There we go. Bring in this guy. Oh, that wasn't very smart. And we will add that there, and then we'll do the 2 up in the corner here. Yeah, so I think I'm going to hibernate today. I was going to go out and about, but not happening. Good thing I did my running around yesterday. Okay, so now this piece here is going to go into the piece of designer series paper. Just like that. And then we have a strip that we're going to run. I'm just going to hold off to that. I'm just going to just do some stamping and stuff first. and then we'll come back to that. Okay, so I have some, going to stamp my flower, and I must confess, the Secret Sea is my new Memento ink. It is, it is. It's just, and then we're just going to stamp that right there. And while I have that piece out, I'm going to stamp my sentiment, my other sentiment too. Just because I have the ink out and I don't have to bring it back in. So I'm going to just stamp it down here. Like that. Put this away before I make a mess. Okay, I'm going to grab my blends and my Wink of Stella. And I'm going to color my flower using the cloud cover blends. Okay, so now that was the dark cloud cover. Now I'll bring the light in. I always like to test it first. I didn't know I didn't test it on the first one, but I'll just color these. Sorry, I'm not chatting here, because I like to focus on my coloring. Make sure I stay within the lines. There we go. Oh, that's starting to look good. I might just go up and do some baking this afternoon. Oh, who am I kidding? I'll probably stay down here most of the day because it's, you know, it's warmer down here. I'm in the basement. I have my craft room is in the basement, and I have a oil heater down here, and it keeps it so nice and warm. I go upstairs, and it's cold upstairs. So I end up buying myself an electric blanket for upstairs. And I wonder why Miss Molly, that's my cat, she just loves to sit with me when I'm up there. I'm just going to just color in using the Wink of Stella to give it a little bit of bling. Yeah, so she sits with me and she just loves the blanket. And of course, she got up when Kiefer came in the room. That's my son. He's a cat whisperer. That's all I'm saying. Anytime a cat comes by, and if he's around, the cats always are attracted to him. So she came to him, and he says to me, "Oh my gosh, she's warm." I says, "Yeah, well, I'll have my blanket on." She loves it. And when she's not with me, she's usually hiding in the closet. She doesn't like, she likes to be warm. So we always said just like Rick's dad. Rick's dad was always had a black blanket wrapped around him, and it's funny how she's like that. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this out using the die. You can fussy cut it if you wish. It's a fairly easy fairly easy stamp to cut. Now I'm going to grab the leaves, and I'm going to cut. I got some Designer Series paper, and I'm going to cut some leaves out using the Designer Series paper. Just to show you that you don't have to use the Designer Series paper. You can use it for just about anything. You know, I had a pizza last night, and Rick had, it was an Italian restaurant that we went to last night. So I had a pizza, chicken pizza, and Rick had chicken and mushroom pasta. So, and it was recommended by Jeremy, so we tried it. Well, mine wasn't. We had the mussels too. The mussels are really good too. Because we went out with Kiefer and Hannah last weekend. We went to this one restaurant that had mussels and a stuffed mushroom too. And they said that they didn't have them on the menu. And I was like, oh, that really sucked. That's the real reason why I went. Okay, so let's go back to this piece right here. I'm going to grab my bone folder. And we are going to bring this piece in. Put it right there like that. And I'm going to glue that straight down onto here. So I think I'll dimension the rest of it. There we go. And I'm going to grab my bone folder. I'm going to add that right about there. With dimensionals, of course. It would be a card without dimensionals. Oops, looks like I got 3 here. Only need 2. And let's grab the leaves and put them in. I'm going to just take this, put it back where it belongs. Okay, so now let's go and grab some ribbon. I'm going to grab my bone folder, or not my bone folder, sorry, my bow maker. I'm going to make a bow. Oops. Now this ribbon is gorgeous. Feels like a linen. It's just beautiful. Have a better look. Just make the loops a little bit bigger. Bring that down. And then we'll trim this off. And what I'm going to do is just grab my fabric scissors. And I am going to see if I can remember how to do this. There we go. There we are. And then we'll just put that right there with a glue dot. Oh, where's my sentiment piece? Here we go. Gotta go back to this piece here. And grab my mini trimmer. I wish Stampin' Up! Would bring this back. This is such a gorgeous piece of art, or a gorgeous tool. I just love it. I use it all the time. And I'm gonna, after I cut it, I'm going to grab my snips, and we are going to fussy cut around it. Those that you don't like the fussy cut, sorry, but I find it really relaxing. That and coloring, those are my two favorite things to do. So those that of you are coming to the crop, you all know that it's going to be Bridgerton themed, and the new Bridgerton movie, or new Bridgerton series is coming out, I think on the 23rd. And I'm going to put that right there. And I don't like how that, yeah, so you can get your Bridgerton fix before the crop. And I'm just going to just take a dimensional, have an extra dimensional here just sitting here waiting to be used. So let's use that. I just spoke to my friend or this morning. I said good morning and told her that I was freezing my butt off, and she just laughed. And she lives in Ontario, and they had a snowstorm yesterday, or having. So they're digging out, and I seen that a lot of flights were canceled yesterday. It's just like, oh my goodness. But that's our winter, right? I just put a little glue dot there. I'm going to put this right there like that. And then it opens up like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just slide it in like that. And isn't that just a gorgeous piece of work? And then you want to, if you want to finish off the inside, you can do that too. You can add piece of basic white, and then maybe put some ribbon, not ribbon, ooh, don't like this. Put some designer series paper. I'm just going to just trim this back a bit. There we go. So there we have it. Card number 4. So let's bring in, I'm going to just put my scissors away, put them back on the case. Because I usually have a tendency to drop things, and I'll probably just drop it right on my foot. Just waiting for that day to happen. Okay, so I have this card for today. This is the card that we did yesterday. This is the card that we did on Tuesday, and that's the one we did on Monday. So, which one is your favorite? How funny. You know what? I'm not going to let this one go. I'm going to add some embellishments on this one. And let's change it right up. And it's normally been the light colors we've been using. So I'm going to just pop this up and I'm going to just put some of the Secret Sea in there. Just for a change. And then we'll just add, come on, pop one right there. There we go. So there we have the cards for this week. Are those gorgeous? So I will be uploading the videos to that this weekend. So I'm hoping you enjoyed the cards. If you did, just give me a thumbs up and head on over to my YouTube channel too to watch the replays. I'll be posting everything over there too. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe weekend. Wherever you are in Canada, I hope you stay warm. And anywhere else in the world, hope you're all safe. Okay, thanks so much for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you on Monday. Peace out.